Okay, so it is actually supposed to be nighttime, but I did wait a little too long. But the reason I waited too long was because, you know, a few weeks ago I said that my cousin Izzy got a Ford Bronco, or my cousin got a Ford Bronco. Well, now her daddy got a Ford Bronco too. Yeah, there are two Broncos in my family. Two. I mean, they are technically the same spec. I mean, the only difference is the interior color, and one has a bull bar. But other than that, I mean... yes. The Envision. Finally. I literally got this car by listening to a radio station for 3 minutes. Pretty good vibes, though. But this is the fabled Hyundai, however you say it. It's the Envision 74. That's all you need to know. And it's based off, I want to say, the Hyundai Pony back from like maybe 1974. So, okay. But this thing is, I want to say it's hydrogen electric. I think there is like a hydrogen fuel cell or something in the back. I don't really know. This car is kind of shrouded in mystery. I don't know much about it. But all you need to know is it has 670 horsepower out of electric motors. It's literally the 670 horsepower race motor. And it is also A-Class too, because despite the power, it is heavy. I never actually saw how heavy it was before. 5,400 pounds. Oh my god. I think that the Ford Raptor actually weighs about that much. Let me see. The Raptor R weighs about the same, and it's completely maxed out. Okay, that's the Ford Lightning. The Bronco weighs less than this car. The Bronco Racing weighs less. Obviously, the DRW doesn't. But the Ranger Raptor weighs less. What about a stock F-150 Raptor weighs about the same? This car is as heavy as a Ford Raptor. Okay, we gotta do some weight reduction. So, it can't just be the electric motors. There has to be a hydrogen fuel cell in there. If you don't know what hydrogen is, it's kind of like internal combustion, but it uses hydrogen instead of gas. And it actually produces water as exhaust. Wait, we can just remove the wing. I don't hate that, but of course you gotta keep the wing. So it's the conversion. We are gonna make it all-wheel drive. And with the motor and battery, we can race motor and battery parts. So we could do street, sport, and we will go with the race. Yeah. And then we are on sport tires. We will up that to semis, or just racing slicks. With that, we are not changing the wheels. Oh my god, we are not changing the wheels. Those are so sick. And then we will throw on racing brakes, so street brakes before race suspension, lower it. We will just try and decrease the weight as much as possible. If we do race weight reduction, at 1,200 pounds have been dropped from this car. 4,100 pounds. That's still super heavy. But honestly, it's kind of worth it. So now we're top of S1! Perfect! Dude! Honestly, I don't really see this thing as an S2 car. And if it was S2, I'd actually expect like an actual engine with it. There goes my neighbor's truck. Last summer, he put new wheels on it, and it looks really good. But let's just tune this. Okay, so there were some things I knew I had to tune with this. Like, it was A-Class with 670 horsepower. I have cars at top of S1 that don't even have that much power. But now we have almost 1,000 and we are still top of S1. So I knew there had to have been a couple of issues, specifically grip and of course weight, because like this thing weighed much more than a Ford Raptor. So with the grip, I knew we had to throw on the semi-slicks, or just the racing slicks, because this thing was going to have severe issues with it. I had to max out the aero and fix the differential, make it more rear biased. So weight and grip were definitely an issue, but I think we covered that. I don't even know if I want to paint this thing. Let's see how other people have painted this car. Envision retro. Some pretty cool stuff, honestly. Minimal D. I just noticed the name. This one is closer to like the Elantra color, that really, really pretty blue. That's the same one I put on the Elantra and race car. There are some really, really cool colors for this. It looks like people are putting on like that gold, the carbon package they call it. Let's actually see what we can do with this. So from the looks of it, maybe the splitter up there can be painted. I actually have no idea what to expect. We do have different paint groups. So with this, I actually have a DeLorean. I'm actually going to make a dedicated video on the DeLorean because it is a very, very weird car. But we want to go with brushed steel. I think that looks good. Little darker than the normal, but I think that's good. Remove some of the vinyls too, but I'm okay with that. And then with 2, oh, it changes that. And at the rear, oh, I don't know if that was painted before. It was. What if we go with carbon fiber on that? That's what I should just ask with everything. Yeah, that's cool, but what if we go with carbon fiber on that? It's like F1 teams revealing their liveries. Carbon fiber. Just more and more carbon fiber. We'll also go with full carbon mirrors as well. The wing, we can paint the wing. Oh, that little thing in the middle. The actual wing itself. I think we will go with carbon fiber on that. And the wheels, honestly, I feel like they're perfect. But if we were to paint them, how do they paint? The center caps stay the same. That's actually good to know. We do have multiple paint groups for it too. I feel like going with like just white instead of like the silvery, like going with just white there. What about the secondaries, all that? We'll go with white on that. Or wait, do we have an outer lip? We do have an outer lip. It's exactly what I thought it was. We'll go with that in white. Secondary in black. In tertiary, what does that change? Oh, there's like little things behind it. That's actually really, really good detail. We'll go with those in white, I suppose. Inner barrel, we don't really see it that much, but we will go paint that in white just for the hell of it. We cannot see the brake calipers. And the windows, what even, is it just the it's literally the windows. I was gonna say, like, is that technically a window on the back? We have a little window up there. I feel like we'll leave that untinted, of course. Alright, we got the livery done, and honestly, I just spent a little bit of time with it because this little part right here did take a while. I had to use the, what's it called again? The, layer masks. Because it went on the paint or the steel, which I didn't want it to do. It also up here as well. But we got it done. A little bit on the wing here too. Also, I had to make a new vinyl, a little analog. I made them in black too, and they're shared. It's a little analog 24 or a digital 24. It was called analog before, but then it's like from a digital clock. Just like how the Envision, they had the 74 down there. I put the 24 instead. Yeah, right here. But, I mean, let's drive this. I was looking at the interior, and it does actually look pretty cool in here. Like, we actually have... This car has air conditioning. You know, I actually saw something, Hyundai was actually thinking of putting, because of the response they got from the Vision 74, they were actually thinking, yeah, I heard that, you heard that combustion engine too, right? You heard that. That was the hydrogen engine. Over here, the 2 little plugs, that's for hydrogen. But yeah, for the, trying to think. Because of all the, response they got from, all the positive response they got from the Envision 74, they actually are considering making a modern version of the Pony, aka a production version of the N74, and honestly, I would 100% buy one. Like, this thing looks sick, and without any of the aero, making it look like a more road legal version, that would be absolutely insane. Still sick, too. But it's an amazing looking car. Like, how can you not? I mean, yeah, it's electric, but it's also a hydrogen, so I don't know whether to love it or hate it. It looks amazing, but maybe if I got one, I mean, there are, like, LS swap Teslas. Maybe I could do, like, a rotary swapped pony. Or maybe, like, an inline 5, inline 6. But all I know is I would not leave this thing electric or hydrogen or whatever. Unless it was, like, actually, the fuel cells in hydrogen take up a ton of space. And I'm pretty sure it can sometimes be dangerous, too. So, yeah. So definitely just going with the full, internal combustion instead of the hydrogen, combustion. Because what it does is, hydrogen is extremely flammable. That's why it's so dangerous. You know the Hindenburg? The Hindenburg was actually, they couldn't find helium, so they went with hydrogen instead. And you know how that ended. So, it can actually, like, burn and combust. Like, gas burns, hydrogen burns. It's just one is more clean than the other because one produces water instead of exhaust. So, I would still put a combustion engine in this, but it's just so sick. I love it.